All right, so step one was creating the foundation. Now this in step two is where it matters the most. It is creating your liftoff that helps you up getting into the handstand, coming from the L sit. This is where it matters the most and where most people kind of struggle the most, because at this transition, it's gonna be a lot of load for your shoulder. That's why it's really best for you to work on your shoulder. So let's get started right now. All right, so welcome to another video, and I'm gonna show you a little bit more about the transitional phase in the end. So first, let me demonstrate it for you first, just kind of show you why this is kind of difficult. So this is coming from the L sit, and then you have to put yourself forward for yourself to actually get to that point. The reason why this matters the most is because, as you can tell, this takes a lot of load for your shoulder and a lot of stability again, because now you have to straighten yourself out getting to complete that form. So let me show you a few exercises you can do and a few drills that can help you out with this transitional phase. So drill one is going to be I kind of do this with the L sits and mini shoulder lean hold, but I'm going to show you how to first do it. For people who are kind of up there and you got like a good core compression, just try to do this first. So it's just kind of a fun exercise to me. You come from the L sit, he's going back and forth. What makes this harder is that you can come slowly from this, making it kind of fun. But as you can see, it's going back and forth with that, and eventually, yes, you're going to be fast going in and out like this, but eventually you will be able to come from here slowly in to get to that drill. All right, so this drill in particular, I want you to remember this. It is not about the height for your hip. It's just about the liftoff and control. What I mean by that is that don't go so fast to the point where you almost backhand yourself, you almost hurt your back in the end. Take your time and control this move. This is coming back from the L sit. Now, as you have a good L sit, step from the first video, you come from here, and it's fine if you can walk up like this. Just make sure that when you're leaning in, eventually your body should be off. Now, what I mean from your hips is that some people may do too much and try to jump it in like that, or some people may just come from the L sit and then come all the way in like that. Take your time with this move. The one thing about the L sit, the handstand, is that it is about control. That is why it's such a good body control and body awareness move, because it's all about control in the end. Let me show you the other drill. Drill is the tuck, hover, hold. What this is primarily going to be is you're breaking down the L sit and transitioning over to lifting up to the shoulder stand. This is the baby version of it. I don't want to say for the short stand. I'm going to show you. It's kind of hard to explain how I'm trying to explain it to you. So, say this is you right here. You have a good L sit, but you just can't understand why you can't come over from here. Well, another note I can say for this is that it is easier on the parallels because it gives you some lift off for it and some height. So I would prefer if you do it on parallels first to get to know this move a little bit better. Maybe it'll be easy for you, because doing it straight from the floor, it is kind of hard. Even, I'm not gonna lie to you, that is hard, because if you have some long arms or you're not as flexible as you want to be, you may end up hurting yourself more than necessary. So learn from the parallettes, or learn from at least from yoga blocks. That way you get the height, you understand the move a little bit more, you get to it again. So I'm gonna show you right now. So you come from here, and you just come back from here. This is some of the other drills I showed you. You just walk up, push your shoulders, and lean in, lean in, lean, lean in, lean, lean in. And that is how you can break it down a little bit. You hold that for about, honestly, about 3 sets for 10 seconds each. And then now we can build a little good shoulder form for yourself. So just so you understand this, that's not the complete way of doing it. Coming from here and then from here is where you want, is where you're trying to aim for. But this helps build it up to that point. All right, last drill is this. If you're having a struggle to even get to this point, to like hovering it over for your body, this is a great drill to use. Is you can see, you can use a wall for this. So I'm gonna show real quick and so you can understand. So let's see, coming from the L sit, just like that, and just hold it up. You can easily walk in and walk out for this, just like that. That way you get a better understanding for it. And eventually you want to hold it. I want to say if you're right here, just hold about 10 seconds, but until it's going all the way up to 15 seconds. Now, that may not be the best explanation, but make sure your hips are stacked over your shoulders. Now, I'm not over, but almost like a line. Then once a line, it's gonna be real easy to push yourself back up to straighten up to complete the handstand in. Now, the next step is gonna be the very last one. So let's go ahead, get started with this step. That way that once you build it up, this will be easier to do in the next step. So I will see y'all in the next video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe for many more tutorials and just tips and tricks to help you out more about what you want to do for your calisthenics. If you have any questions, or if you want me to do a video about anything else, let me know down in the comment section and I'll gladly do a video for y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.